On November 19, 2022, a Q&A session was held at the Huntley Area Public Library. The topic was forgiveness and forgetness. The early morning temperatures on the event day had dropped by a couple of degrees. Undeterred by the temperature and constant winds, 22 ladies showed up for the event hosted by Ghazala Alam. Our guest was Dr. Abdul. Kassi. Forgive and forget is an oft-repeated piece of advice. Although it might seem trite, there is a reason this little phrase still gets uttered so often. There is true wisdom in forgiving and forgetting. Everyone knows coffee and croissant with egg and cheese and muffins go well together. It was a good way to start a Saturday morning. Here we are, catching up with friends in person before the Q&A begins. Socializing not only staves off feelings of loneliness, but it also helps sharpen memory and cognitive skills, and increases our sense of happiness. It was time now for the Q&A session. A Q&A session has the potential to be the most important part of an event. The audience had viewed the podcast by Dr. Kassi on forgiveness and were asked to submit their questions ahead of time. Here are some glimpses of the Q&A. The questions were concise, to the point and of course relevant. Science tells us that sharing a story with your audience engages them in your ideas at an emotional level that cannot be achieved by sharing facts and figures alone. We did not have stage lights or glaring overhead fluorescent, just the shared experiences of the 5 speakers. The takeaway from this session was that forgiveness is about goodness, about extending mercy to those who have harmed us, even if they don't deserve it. It is not about finding excuses for the offending person's behavior or pretending that it did not happen. Nor is there a quick formula you can follow. Forgiveness is a process with many steps that often proceeds in a non-linear fashion, but it is well worth the effort. There is a difference between an event and experience. Event is something that you attend. An experience is something that you undergo. Here are some glimpses of the event. It was a fun-filled afternoon well spent. The group size was small but everyone thoroughly enjoyed it. When we get together, we are cultivating a sense of community, to be active and social within a group. Ghazala said she would like that every event she organizes is unique and memorable for her guests. For her, audience engagement far outweighs the decor and food. Probably the most important thing we need to do after the event is ask for feedback from our guests. It is the fuel that we need to improve future events. The feedback received was extremely positive and encouraging. Thank you, everyone, for attending the event and contributing to its success.